WWE Elimination Chamber is this Sunday, and this show is going to take place in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the T-Mobile Arena, which is the same arena that Ronda Rousey had her last fight, in which she was knocked out, and she hasn't really made a public appearance since the Royal Rumble, and this is going to be her second appearance with the WWE, both of them on pay-per-view, and in this show, she is going to sign her Raw contract. So to talk about that segment, which is going to be a big part of this show, it'll probably be one of those 20-minute segments on pay-per-view, maybe 30 minutes, that everyone's going to complain, why isn't this on Raw? And everyone's going to wish this was on Raw. And supposedly the reason they put this on the pay-per-view is because they're having a lot of trouble with ticket sales, and that's not surprising since the build-up has not been the greatest. So what I expect from this segment is Ronda to come out. She'll sign her contract. She's going to get booed. I think for sure she's getting booed. I think that the fans, this is Las Vegas, which is the home of the UFC. So maybe they're thinking she'll get cheered. But this is still a wrestling crowd. I'm expecting her to get booed. So this is going to be interesting because you can do this thing where you can just turn her heel. I think she'll do better as a heel. But at the same time, if you turn her heel, her opponent is still Stephanie, who's the biggest heel, and everyone wants to see her beat up Stephanie. I think Stephanie, once she comes out, people will cheer if Ronda attacks her. And I'm expecting Stephanie McMahon and Triple H to come out. They'll yell out, or Stephanie will challenge Ronda. And I think eventually what's going to happen is there's going to be a brawl, and she's going to get into a fight with Stephanie. Stephanie's going to retreat, and then Rousey is probably going to challenge her to a match. And I think eventually they're going to make it a mixed tag, and Ronda's going to look for a tag team partner. And maybe it's The Rock, maybe it's Braun Strowman, maybe it's Kurt Angle, maybe it's Seth Rollins, but she will find a tag partner. I think that's how they do. I don't think they announced the match on this show, but I think they'll do a big thing when Ronda and Stephanie have a big confrontation. So that's our predictions for that segment. Now let's get to the matches. So we have about 5 matches on the show. Even though this match is not on the pre-show, this might not happen. I have a feeling this is going to happen. I have a feeling this is going to just be a random match thrown together on the pre-show. I'm going to say the Revival will face Gallows and Anderson. I think the Revival won, even though it's 50-50 booking, so maybe Gallows and Anderson wins, since the Revival won on the last pre-show. But I'm going to say the Revival just for hope. So, yeah, I'm going to make that prediction. Now on the main card, we have Matt Hardy against Bray Wyatt. This match sucks. This feud sucks. Bray Wyatt sucks. Bray Wyatt's a bum. Every single person he wrestles, it ruins their momentum. He's hurt Finn Balor a lot. Finn Balor had a lot of momentum when he wrestled Bray Wyatt. He lost all of it not because he's not good, but because Bray is such a dead character that it makes him dead, it makes the feud dead, it makes the match dead, and the fans don't give a shit. Every single person Bray Wyatt faces, it hurts them. Randy Orton, he faced Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton had a lot of momentum actually last year before he won the title. When he had that big rivalry with Bray Wyatt, it hurt his momentum badly, and he has not really had any really big reaction since. And especially who this has also hurt is Woken Matt. The brother Nero broken Matt Hardy was the hottest gimmick in wrestling a year ago, and now it's dead because it's being associated with Bray Wyatt. Not because it's really a terrible flop. They have made some mistakes, but because it's associated with Bray Wyatt, it's hurt it. Bray Wyatt just sucks. I wish he'd just get released. This guy's out of shape. He fucking can't move. His gimmicks his promos are just dreadful. When I see him, I want to change the channel. I hope Matt Hardy wins. I'm afraid Bray might win. He probably will win, but I'm just going to say Matt Hardy because they should do it, because he has a lot of, that broken universe has a lot of potential. I just hope Hardy wins. But I wouldn't shock me if Bray wins. So in this next match, I'm not so sure if this match has been announced on the main show, but I think they really built it up. You have the tag team titles, Apollo and Titus. Since we can't call Apollo Crews anymore, we have to call him Apollo. So Apollo and Titus O'Neil against the tag team champions, The Bar. I think The Bar retained. This is not an interesting match. Dana Brooke will just be, I don't know. I don't really mind the Titus gimmick. It hasn't really caught fire at me, that whole act. I think The Bar retained. I think The Bar are going to lose a tag titles to maybe Broken Matt and Brother Nero, hopefully. But The Bar aren't losing. I don't see them putting the belt on Apollo and Titus right now. So I'm going to go with The Bar to retain, even though, it is Black History Month. They might do that. But I see Apollo and Titus, or The Bar retaining the titles. Nia Jax against the undefeated Asuka. The segment on Raw last week sucked, or this past Monday. It was a terrible segment. It made Asuka look terrible. Having her talk for a while should not be good because her English is not good. Nia got the better of her. They're building up Nia as a monster for Asuka to take down. Asuka's winning this match. Nia's not winning. I think Nia's winning the title at WrestleMania, but she's going to get into the match differently. I think what happens is Asuka wins, and then maybe next week on Raw, or maybe in 2 weeks, she announces she wants Charlotte. After Charlotte retains her title at Fastlane, it's Charlotte and Asuka, and then Nia wins some kind of contender match to face Alexa. But I think that those are the two title matches, Asuka and Charlotte, and Nia and Alexa. I think Asuka wins. I think it's going to hurt Asuka. What's going to happen is Nia's going to take like 80% of the match. It's going to be a beatdown. Asuka makes her comeback. Asuka wins. Asuka will win at the end, but it's not. I mean, I don't think it's going to help her too much. I think it's going to be a typical WWE match, which the heel dominates and the face makes a comeback and wins. But yeah, I don't see Asuka losing at all. I think Asuka should have her streak broken by Ronda Rousey, and I think that can be built up all the way to like SummerSlam or even further than that. Now let's get to the Elimination Chamber matches. First, the Women's Elimination Chamber. Alexa Bliss defends her Raw Women's Championship against Bayley, Sasha Banks, Mickie James, Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville. So how I see this going is there's three teams, like there's three mini teams, Alexa and Mickie, Sasha and Bayley, and Mandy and Sonya. How I see it happening is I think Mandy and Sonya go out first. There's no way in hell either of them are winning. I think Mickie goes next. I think the final three in which the match will be really focused on is Alexa, Bayley, and Sasha. I think Bayley and Sasha are, they kind of double team Alexa, but then they turn on each other. I think it'll turn into a three-way, and I think Bayley takes out Sasha. Bayley eliminates Sasha Banks, and then it's Alexa and Bayley looks like she's going to win. Sasha comes in, screws Bayley. She helps Alexa win. Alexa retains after Sasha turns on Bayley, and I think those are your programs. As I mentioned, Alexa and Nia, and I think you get Bayley and Sasha at WrestleMania in their own separate singles matches. So I think I'm going to make a big, bold prediction. Sasha Banks turns on Bayley. My expectations for this match are not high because that Raw Women's main event sucked. I'm afraid Sasha Banks might kill herself in this match, which I think a lot of people are. But my prediction for this, I see Alexa Bliss retaining the title, and I see Bayley and Sasha breaking up. Finally, a big turn on the show. Now the main event, the first ever 7-man Elimination Chamber. You have Roman Reigns versus John Cena versus Braun Strowman versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor versus The Miz versus Elias. So, sadly, we all know how this ends. I don't even want to really talk about it too much. Roman Reigns will win. It's going to probably come down to Reigns and Strowman. They're going to have Strowman run Ramshaw. It's going to be, Strowman will probably eliminate Rollins, so eliminate Cena. They might have him eliminate Balor. He'll just be a destroyer. He's going to be destroying everything. Then finally you can hear Michael Cole, Roman Reigns, he has stunned Braun Strowman. I can't believe it. It's going to be all that shit. They're going to be praising Reigns. It's going to just be like that thing when they're going to beat Strowman. Reigns is going to pin Strowman at the end. As I said, Strowman's probably being just built up to be fed to Reigns, and Reigns is going to win. And after Reigns beats Lesnar at WrestleMania, it'll probably be the next program going into the April show. And he's a monster being fed to Roman to get big dog over. That's all I'm afraid of you doing with Braun Strowman. It's bullshit. Braun Strowman's the most over fucking guy in that fucking company right now. No one's more over than Strowman. Not AJ Styles, not Seth Rollins, certainly not Roman Reigns, not Finn Balor, not Nakamura, not any of the women. He's the most over guy in this fucking company, and they're going to have him job out to fucking Reigns so they can get big dog over, so Vince can finally live out his fantasy of Roman Reigns beating Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Fuck that match. I hope that match happens so I can go to bed early. When I do my review, I can finish that review early. I'm just going to, when that main event happens, I'm just going to go and start my review and review the whole show, and I'll don't give a shit about that fucking main event. Fuck that main event. Fuck Roman Reigns. I hope he tears his ACL. I do not want to see that fucking main event at all. I don't give a shit about Brock anymore. I want to see Braun beat Brock for the title and Braun be the top guy. That's what should happen. The most over fucking guy in the company, and Reigns is going to win. So fuck Roman Reigns. He's winning this match, obviously. And that's my thoughts. So Elimination Chamber is a lot to look forward to. I'm not looking forward to the men's chamber because I know the result. I am looking forward to see what they do in the women's chamber, and I'm looking forward to the Ronda Rousey segment. So a lot of emphasis on the women for me. But we'll see how the show goes. Hopefully they give us some surprises, but I don't expect any surprises. I expect the same predictable ending that we're all dreading.